Hey everybody, this is Marty from Goosed.ie. I have just spent the entire weekend, or at least 10 hours of it, blowing away Lycan beings in a Romanian village. That's right, I have been playing Resident Evil Village, the 8th Resident Evil game in the series. I think I'm ready to talk about it. Resident Evil Village is the 8th game in the Resident Evil series. You return for the second time as Ethan Winters, the lead character from the previous game, aptly titled Resident Evil 7. 3 years after the events of that story, Ethan, his wife Mia, and their daughter Rose now live in Europe. They moved there in an effort to avoid the rather literal demons of their past. One night, all hell breaks loose. Their home is stormed, Mia is killed, Rose is taken, and Ethan is bundled into the back of a van, all by none other than Chris Redfield. If you're a long-time Resident Evil fan, you know who Chris Redfield is. The van crashes and Ethan wakes up a short walk away from the titular village. I want to get it out in the open good and early. I'm a pretty casual gamer. I wouldn't consider myself to be a hardcore gamer. I play games on pretty medium difficulty levels just to get the most out of them. And I think that's kind of important to understand in this review. If you're a hardcore gamer, maybe go find a different review. This is for the casual gamer who wants to pick up a game and enjoy a good story. For example, I've played Resident Evil 2, and there's a whole lot of nope in that game for me. I've also played Silent Hill 2. The whole idea of the radio in that game scared the hell out of me. Honestly though, I don't really mind scary games all that much. I kind of nearly enjoy them. What I don't like is games where you need to conserve your ammunition, you need to sneak past enemies instead of just blowing them away, and if there's limited ability to save and you die all the time. And it's just for me, that level of challenge takes away some of the enjoyment. Thankfully, Resident Evil Village isn't necessarily that type of game. As I mentioned, I played the vast majority of this game on a casual difficulty. I was never short of ammunition, I was usually able to find health pretty easily, and after just a few minutes of playing, I had a fair idea how many rounds of ammunition I was going to have to load into my enemy to drop them. Anyway, back to the story. As you might have guessed, the whole idea of Resident Evil Village is that you need to go and find your daughter Rose. You do so by exploring the village and killing pretty much everything that moves that's not Rose. As you explore the village, you come across 4 lords who run the place. The 4 lords, combined with the fact that you're in this very Romanian looking village, to me all it is lots and lots of nods towards the classic horror genre. We've moved a long way away from the likes of Resident Evil 2, or if you've actually watched the Resident Evil movies and think that that's what you're in for, no, we're very much in the classic horror genre. The now infamous Lady Dimitrescu is a 10-foot tall vampire type character, and if you're going to have anything based in a Romanian village, you're going to have a vampire like her. Eisenberg is another one of the people running the village. He's a Dr. Frankenstein type character with all the added goodness that comes with telekinetic powers too. In a nod to what is a more modern take on the horror genre, we get Donna Benavinetto. Apologies to all Italian followers. But she is very, very Chucky-like. Now, my theory kind of comes to a grinding halt with Salvatore Moreau. He doesn't really fit into any classic horror characters that I'm aware of, but I could be wrong, so maybe if you know any, let me know in the comments. Then, of course, we have Miranda. She's the big baddie they all look up to. You don't get to see a whole lot of her in the game as you're distracted beating all the lords and stuff like that, but you do get to meet her, don't worry. To be honest, was I looking forward to reviewing Resident Evil Village? Hell no. I thought this was going to be a weekend of me shitting myself. Now, don't get me wrong, I spent a fair portion of the weekend terrified, but the game itself and the story were incredibly enjoyable. Sure, there are moments of pure horror and a couple of tension-breaking jump scares thrown in there for good measure, but if the pure fear of the Resident Evil series has been putting you off for a couple of years, this might be the most accessible game in the series to date. To be honest, I was a little bit shocked that I even found some of the puzzle elements of the game to be a little bit too easy. Also, I was never stumped by any challenge for too long. The bosses were quite easy to work out how to kill, and I didn't die a whole lot in the game, which is something that definitely stood out to me. Maybe I died 5-6 times in total, and as I said, I'm not a hardcore gamer, which means I'm a little bit surprised by that. Perhaps down to the casual mode I was playing in, there was plenty of ammo in the game, loads of health to pick up, and also some of my biggest fears of Resident Evil were based back on the whole not being able to save the game that often. There's no shortage of ability to do that, so save early, save often, kids. When all else fails, a rather rotund gentleman by the name of Duke pops up in even some of the most odd places. With Duke, you can sell all the things you found in the world of Resident Evil Village and use all that money you've earned to buy new things like gun upgrades, ammunition, health, and even recipes to give you a longer term health boost. It's worth pointing out that all these things that you find in Resident Evil Village you can sell. Anything important that's important for the progression of the game, you will not be allowed to sell. So don't be hoarding anything, Marie Kondo your life, say thank you to those crystal skulls, take the money and upgrade your guns, people. Even as a self-proclaimed bog standard gamer, Resident Evil took just under 10 hours to play, and that by all accounts seems to be right bang on the average. I do realise there's lots of replayability in the fact that I know I missed things. I could also bump up the difficulty level, and soon there is to be a new mode released called Mercenaries mode. Apparently this has been in several Resident Evil games to date. Again, I have been away from the series for quite some time, so I will play this when it comes out. It was supposed to be available at launch, but unfortunately this has been delayed. So, the all-important question, is Resident Evil Village worth your money? For me, it's a resounding yes. This is the Resident Evil game I have been waiting for years. Games of old just didn't resonate with me. They were too focused on sneaky, no shooty, and that's just not for me. Resident Evil Village, there is enough blood and gore and shotgun shots to keep anybody happy. Except perhaps hardcore Resident Evil fans. If what you love about the Resident Evil series is the challenge, you're going to have to bump this game up to 11 in terms of difficulty, and I hope it is enough to satisfy your needs. But if, like me, you like a nice casual game and a great storyline, I can see few games coming out in the near future better than Resident Evil Village. Resident Evil Village is now available to buy on PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, Xbox Series S, and of course Steam for $69.99. Do hope you enjoyed this rip-roaring Romanian zombie bust-up. Do you think you're going to buy the game? Still have some questions? I'll be more than happy to answer any that you have in the comments below. If you like this review, please do sign up for more. We're hoping to do more and more of these going forward.